is Rach and welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. So it's sort of like a new game review, but not really, because today we are going to be exploring the world of Stardew Valley with mods. So this is something I've been meaning to do for a while now. Like, I've been really excited about possibly doing this for like a very, very long time. But I never really got around to doing it because it looked too difficult, and I heard that it was a little bit hard to do, especially for new time modders for games. And the only game I've ever really modded is The Sims 4, and that was really easy. So I was a little bit scared going into this, and I was a little unsure if I could do it. But I was able to mod the game successfully with this mod, which is Stardew Valley Expanded. So Stardew Valley Expanded is a huge update mod to the game that basically overhauls everything. Like, it gives so many different new sections to the town, so many new characters and cutscenes, and just expands upon everything. There's so many new little details that it adds even to just the base game world to make it look fuller. It's just, it's amazing, honestly. Like, it's truly so cool, and I've been wanting to play it for a while. Like I said, it's one of the first mods I heard about that I was like, oh, I want to try it so bad, but, like, I didn't. So the first thing that I did when I popped into this world was I started off like any regular Stardew Valley player would, and I redesigned my home. No, really, though, I had to really add my home. It was laid out in a very awkward way when I first arrived, so I had to do something about that. And then, of course, I chopped down some trees and some rocks and stuff and cleared out a little area for my farm, and I watered all of my crops so that they could get to growing. I wanted a little, like, side yard area because I normally put all my crops, like, in front. But I was looking at it this time and I was like, you know what, I think I want to do like a little side yard area, and I really liked the way that looked. And then I set off to exploring, and the first new area that I found was this like abandoned shed looking thing down off the bus area. And it looked so cool. I can't wait to explore it, but I have to get my axe upgraded, so there's still so much stuff that I can't explore right now that I literally can't wait to look into in the future. And I will be live streaming all of my exploration of this mod over on Twitch, so if you guys want to see my reactions to it firsthand, feel free to check those out. And like I said, there's just so many new little details in the town, like some kegs areas and just little stones and like some new staircases to get around easier. And it's just, there's a lot of little details, like a new swan statue where there's normally a bench by the community center. There's just a lot of little details, like some rugs and just things in the houses. And then we have an area that was completely new to me. So there was this new house over by Pierre's and Alex's, and it was a big house. Like, from the outside I could tell this thing was massive, and I was like, where is this thing gonna go? So I went inside and I said some pretty insightful things about the people inside, including but certainly not limited to, ooh, what is this building? This is a whole new building. Oh my gosh, new person. Oh, she's pretty. Oh my gosh, you're pretty. And then when I met her son, I said a truly inspiring statement. Hi, new love interest. These words will later come back to haunt me in a pretty big way, though, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised to find out that in this mod, not only do you have new romance options in Olivia, Victor, and some others we haven't met yet, but you also have a romance option in Rasmodius. So the wizard in base game is not a romanceable character, and I'm sure that disappoints many of you as it does me. But in Stardew Valley Expanded, you can actually romance the wizard, and I believe he actually has some cutscenes. I haven't actually got to see them yet, but I'm pretty sure with the romance unlock, you actually get some extra cutscenes and in-depth character learning stuff. And honestly, I'm kind of impressed. Like, I didn't think that they were going to delve that deep into the base game Stardew characters. I didn't think they were going to make anyone extra marriageable, like the wizard or Clint or anything like that. So I'm honestly really surprised that they did, and I'm really happy about it too, because as you guys well know, I love the wizard, and I'm obviously going to romance him now because I mean, there's just no other option. It was either him or Olivia, and as you guys will find out, there's no way I'm going to end up being related to Victor. One of the other new characters in the game that's kind of an expanse on a base game character is Alex's dog. So, if you guys know me, I romance Alex all the time, and one of his mini cutscenes is him feeding the dog. And we never actually get to see Dusty, we just kind of know that he's there. I think he mostly stays inside his pen though, so we never really see him walking out and about. But in this mod, there's actually like a cutscene with Dusty and everything. He's really cute. You can go up to him each day and pet him. I mean, like, I love everything about him. And since I love Alex so much, being able to meet his dog and get along with his dog is just like everything to me. This mod truly is an experience that I have to recommend because it was super easy to install for one. So I'm going to be linking all the things you need to install it in the description box down below in case you guys want to play it. But also, one other thing that I love about this mod, other than it being easy to install and having a lot going on with it, is just that the playability of it is really easy. Like, once you get it installed, you can just play and explore all the new areas that this mod has to offer, as well as learn more about more of the characters that are in base game than you knew before. And I honestly think that this mod is amazing for anyone that's kind of like me and loves Stardew Valley, but maybe hasn't played it in a while because maybe they've been playing other games and really exploring them in detail. Or maybe you're also a little bit like me, and even with the 1.6 update, you just feel like there's not enough different with the game. And yes, you could do that perfection run you've always been thinking about trying out, but at the same time, part of you is just kind of like, it's not really that important to me to get perfection, and I would rather play this other game that I haven't really delved that deep into rather than replay this one. And honestly, I think that's a shame because Stardew is super fun and I really love this game, and getting to explore new areas of it is really fun. And honestly, it's getting me inspired to do that perfection speedrun that I've always thought about doing, and I'm really excited. And doing this mod experience was really good for me, I think, because now I've got a little bit more confidence, even when it comes to just the world of modding games in general. I've got a lot more confidence going into modding things, and especially with this game, I have a lot more confidence in being able to mod this game with a few other mods that I've seen around, and I'm super excited to try some of those out as well. So be sure to like and subscribe so you guys are notified when I post a new video of me trying out a different mod in Stardew Valley or a different game in general. I play a lot of different games here on the channel, and as long as they're PC, I'm very open to suggestions about other games I could test out in the future. So if you guys have any, please leave them in the comments down below. And with that little spill, let's get back into my thoughts about Stardew Valley Expanded. And one of the other things I really wanted to mention here was just the attention to detail that this mod adds. So I know I've touched on a few of the areas being more expanded upon, but there are certain things that I feel like I need to mention especially. So one of those things is Morris. So Morris is obviously in the base game. He is the kind of evil leader of the Joja branch in Stardew, and he's kind of an icon for being the Joja Mart representative, and he's kind of cheeky in this. Like, I don't really know how to describe it, but for one, he's actually able to walk around. Like, he's not just stuck behind that little podium. Like, he's a full body sprite, and he has some really funny little portraits that they added into the game that are like super funny. I mean, if they're not new portraits, then there are definitely portraits that I haven't seen before, and he's really funny. Like, he walks out in front of Pierre's on Wednesdays and waves around coupons to be like, oh, come shop at Joja because his store is closed. And I just think that's kind of savage because, like, he's literally standing outside of this man's store and he's like, yeah, no, like, he's closed for the day, and that's horrible. Like, you should come to my shop and you'll get a coupon. And it's just kind of funny because I don't know what it is about it, but there's just something really funny about Morris. And then also there's a new employee that works there that is, I think, in the base game, but she's not really like a actual character you can interact with. And that is the cashier. So her name is Claire in the mod, and she is actually really sweet. She's almost like, I'm calling her the better version of Penny, which might seem a bit harsh at first, but hear me out. She is a lot like Penny. She has the same hair color. They're both a bit shy when you first meet them. And honestly, I feel like Claire has a lot more reason to be a bit cautious of people, because when you work for Morris, I feel like you're gonna probably have a natural dislike for trusting people, because I mean, like I said, this guy he's the moment, but he's also kind of evil. So, he's not the best guy to work for. And I feel like she's probably just kind of shy because she's not super trusting and maybe a little introverted as well. And she's just, I don't know, she's really adorable. Now, on to some of the other characters that I met that I haven't really talked about. Olivia is the mom of Victor, and she has that huge mansion house we saw earlier. And as said, I thought she was just absolutely gorgeous. She was giving like Elizabeth Taylor energy, and I kind of just loved everything about her. Like the whole like rich mom vibe was just kind of the moment, and I love her little outfit and everything. I love that she hangs out with the other moms. I love that she's a romanceable character. I think that's really fun. I can't wait to like replay and play it as someone else and romance her too, because honestly I was really divided between her and Rasmodius. Not gonna lie, I had a strong inkling of being like, well, that it is the mod and maybe I should go with someone that like isn't in the base game, but then I was like, no, I've really got to go for the wizard. Like, I've been wanting to romance the wizard since like day one of Stardew, so I have to do it. I simply have to. But I'm gonna replay this mod, I think, off screen maybe, and try to go through a few of the other cutscenes and such with the other romanceables. I feel like this mod has a lot of replayability to it, and that honestly makes it kind of fun for me. I will be replaying this mod a lot, I think, in the future. Like, I don't see this as a mod that I'm going to play once and then uninstall and be like, I don't really want to play that again. I think this is a mod I could really, really, really enjoy. And I really love Marlin's area when you guys see that in the footage. His area, like the whole like mine area and everything with like the waterfall, it's gorgeous. If you guys have played this mod before, like literally, you know what I'm talking about. It is the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in a pixelated game. I'm so impressed by it. It's like one of those things that you're just like, wow. Like, that's the kind of art I would love to be able to create. Like, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I could have that as, like, my actual, like, computer homepage, and I would just sit there and stare at it all day. It probably wouldn't make me that productive, but I would sit there and I would stare at it all day, because it's gorgeous, and when you guys see it, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. Before we end this video, I have one more thing I want to discuss about this mod, which is that it's free, which I know might not sound like a big deal to most people because most mods are free, but there are a lot of mods that come out that are like Patreon exclusives to like the person, that you can't actually get unless you pay for. And I'm gonna just be straight up about it. I've played some mods before that, although they are great, are definitely not worth paying for. But if this was a DLC, I think I'd buy it because it's great. Like, I can see this being like a $10 DLC at least, and I would pay for it. I would pay for Stardew Valley Expanded if it was an official DLC, because it's super fun and I really, really love it, and I think everybody really needs to try it. I think I'm definitely going to try to convince a few people that I know, especially that play Stardew, to get this mod because it's super fun and I feel like they would have a blast with it, and I feel like you will too. If you enjoy Stardew, there's no way you're not going to enjoy this because, like I said, it expands just so much on the base game characters and adds so many people. Like, when people say this mod truly is a game changer, it literally is. Like, I don't know if I can play it the same way without the mod now. Like, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have it in me. but it's super fun and I really do love it. And it seems like it's updated pretty regularly, like whenever Stardew has an update that would break the mod, it seems like the creator tries to get on top of it pretty quickly, which is always nice for mods where you're using them pretty regularly, like for an entire save. It is a little bit nice to be able to rest well in the fact that the creator will try to fix it quickly, because I know that I have some CC for The Sims that I wish would get fixed and it still hasn't, and that makes me sad because I really like that CC and it just never got fixed after the updates broke it, and yeah, that was a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. So for Stardew, I'm really excited that Expanded seems to be well kept up to date, because that means that I can keep playing it and enjoying it and loving all the new updates of it as well, because that's another amazing thing about this mod, is it's updated regularly too, like not just with the updates of staying non-broken with the game, there's also new additions to the mod itself, so it's always growing and expanding, pun intended, itself, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, my final review of this mod and playing Stardew Valley modded for the first time as a whole was an overwhelmingly positive one. I would say this was a 5 out of 5 star experience. I really enjoyed it, if you guys couldn't already tell from my earlier praise. It was really awesome, and I honestly can't think of a single downside of adding this mod to your game. Other than it was a little bit difficult to install. I will say that maybe on a scale of 1 to 10 it was like a 2 to install, just because there were quite a few steps to it, like you had to download quite a few mods and make sure everything was set up properly, but once it's installed and you can get it going, it's really easy to run, and it's not that hard on your computer either. Like I feel like a laptop that's like kind of mid-level, I feel like you could definitely play this on a laptop and it wouldn't like overpower it too much and it wouldn't like crash your computer or anything crazy. That is my official review of playing Stardew Valley with mods for the first time, and of course playing Stardew Valley Expanded for the first time. And do let me know if you want to see more Stardew Valley Expanded here on the channel, because I will be streaming it further over on my Twitch and I can always cut it down into future videos for you guys. So do let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!